Hi guys, my name is Michael Bronstein and this is my discussion on social behavior and humor. See, I think this topic is a really great one to be discussing with Berkeley students because of the fact that Berkeley itself as a school is known for our political correctness. We are known as students to be the freedom fighters, to be the people who are so left-wing, who are still somewhat communist advocates, the people who fight for the oppressed, and so it's interesting to kind of note on just how much of a fallacy and kind of humorous our weird obsession with political correctness is, especially in America, but also within my own school, you know? And so I think that the videos that we watched really put in a very good topic. I think especially the video on emotional correctness really put down a good thought as to how we actually approach, bridge the divide that we have as a country between those on the far left and those on the far right. The Trump supporters and the normal, left wing, Hillary supporters, people who really want the best for this country and whatnot. Okay, maybe the people on the right also want what's best for this country, but I don't agree with them. But the best way to do that is through emotional correctness, through our ability to, try to, for one, get out of our obsession with what is our political standing and try to connect as humans first and then discuss what our differences are. And I think that's something that they have here in Ireland. I think that generally there are the far left and the far right political parties and whatnot, but they kind of draw on the connections versus people before they talk about their political differences. And I think also then humor and whatnot within I just noticed I was thinking about why exactly in Europe it is that people generally are far less politically correct than they are in the United States. And I think the reason is because in the United States we're such a diverse country. We have people of all races and nations within our country, but in Ireland or England or pretty much any main country you go to, generally it's a predominantly white country. And so this lack of diversity creates this lack of political correctness because there's less of a connection, because of the lack of emotional connection, and so because of that, it's easier to not be politically correct, and it's easier to find comedy, in anything. And I feel like within the United States, our obsession with being politically correct has gotten us to this point where we create these safe spaces which does not allow for an ability to hear of other people's opinions. And I think this whole thing of safe spaces within Berkeley itself has kind of caused this issue for the Berkeley College Republicans who want to have their voices heard, but because we're so leftist, we don't want to hear their voices, and so in their retaliation, they bring out these speakers who are so far right and so goddamn awful that they cause riots, i.e., Milo Yiannopoulos or Ann Coulter. And these issues with them being these, super right-wing speakers who are just known for their racial slurs and whatnot, and that just causes a bigger issue and more of a divide within our own school. And so I think one thing that is helping to bridge this gap between, PC culture and what's normal is I think meme culture, in which memes as jokes really kind of are very edgy in the sense that they kind of go on the border of what can and cannot be accepted. And I think this kind of humor just connects people together a lot of times who are kind of sick of this political correct culture. And I think it laughs at political culture in itself, you know, by having these jokes that kind of bridge the gap of what can and cannot be accepted in a way that is respectful of everything and whatnot. Um, and so I think in America, I want to try to see less political correctness, or I want to see what can happen if we try to leave ourselves a little bit looser on it. Anyway, that's really all I have time for. I also want to discuss Tyler the Creator, but that's not really on topic. Anyway, goodbye.